Imagine you're walking down the street and you see a wallet packed with a cash lying on the sidewalk. Nobody is watching. If you pick it up and hand it to the police, why did you do it? Because you wanted the reward or simply because stealing is wrong? Welcome to the world of deontological ethics.
What is deontological ethics?
The word deontology comes from the Greek root deon, which means duty, and logos, which means the study of or the science of. Therefore, the word deontology literally means the study of duty, the study of what we must do morally because it is our obligation regardless of the consequences. The central figure and proponent of this theory is the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. Now, Kant lived through the 18th century of Enlightenment, a time where thinkers began to prioritize human reason above tradition or religious command. In his influential work, The Groundwork of the Metaphysics of Morals, Kant aims to establish a supreme principle of morality. He argued that morality isn't about following your feelings or seeking happiness. Instead, it is based on reason, a mental faculty every human being possesses. Because this theory is grounded in reason, Kant believed that moral laws are universal and absolute. This means they apply to everyone, everywhere, at all times, regardless of their culture or personal desire. For Kant, what is truly good and without qualification is a good will, the sincere desire to perform your duty simply because it is the right thing to do.
Well, Kant actually designed a brilliant, almost mathematical test for morality. Let's take a look at the exact concepts he developed to guide our actions.
Ayon kay Immanuel Kant, the only unconditional good is a good will. He introduced category imperative, act only a principle you want everyone to follow, and treat humanity as an end, not just a means. Later, W.D. Ross added prima-facie duties like fidelity, justice, and helping others. In short, deontology reminds us na morality is not about duties and principle.
This all sounds great on paper, but how does this rigid philosophy hold up when the real money and careers are on the line? If you're an accountancy student, you are going to face massive ethical dilemmas.
Bilang isang BS accountancy student, madalas naming naririnig na our work is all about the bottom line. But in the ontological perspective, our work is actually about the duty to the truth and professional standards, kahit ano pa ang maging result. For example, isa na akong junior accountant, and dinutusan ako ng manager ko na gumawa ng isang questionable journal entry para lang ma-hit ang target profit ng company. Kung titingnan ko yung resulta, iisipin ko na okay lang yon. Kasi sa ikagaganda yon ng company. Pero, bilang isang deontologist, hindi ko yun gagawin. Dahil mali ang mag-falsify ng record. And ang duty ng isang accountant ay sa katotohanan lang at ang pagsunod sa accounting standards.
As an accountancy student, I may someday experience this during internship or future career. For example, my friend asked me to share some client's financial information because he's curious. I would politely refuse. Even if she's my friend, I have a responsibility to keep that information confidential. According to deontological ethics, the right thing to do is to follow my duty and professional ethical standards. Confidentiality is one of the responsibilities of an accountant, so I should never share some private information without permission.
Before we commit to being a pure Kantian, we have to weigh the ultimate pros and cons of living by such unyielding rules.
Let's start with the pros. First, this system creates a foundations for human conduct dahil tinuturuan tayo nitong i-respect ang dignity ng bawat isa without expecting anything in return. And it provides certainty dahil nakapokus lang ito kung ano yung tama at tamang kilos na gagawin natin. Walang pag-aalinlangan or takot kung ano yung magiging result nito in the future.
But there are also cons. In deontology, it creates a paradox na para niya tayong tinatap sa isang sitwasyon. Tulad na lang ng hindi natin pwedeng saktan ang masamang tao para iligtas ang maraming inosente. At absolutist din ito dahil pilipilit nga tayong isipin na dapat you should always do the right thing no matter what, kahit na nagdudulot na ito ng kapahamakan.
Consequences can change, but your obligations don't.
Duty
Come,
First,
Always
do right.
Duty comes first. Always do right.